We're heading via Zoom to go to a place called Hong Kong and to find a guy who's doing something very, very different to everybody else. His name is Koeman, and he's created happyalley.com. Arthur, welcome to The Informer. What in heaven's name is happyalley.com?
Hi George, thank you for having me here.
My pleasure.
His name is happyalley.com. It's an online publication, and we only publish happy and good news.
Look, you know, many years ago when I started in broadcasting, I always used to say at the end of every bulletin that I did, I wish we could do more good news. But I kept getting told that we as human beings are hardwired for bad news. So how do you get around enticing people and actually getting them to reach out to you and join you online at happyalley.com?
Well, George, you know, with Happy Alley, we wanted to make a difference because people we're getting fed up with the coronavirus, with politics, with Trump, with the bushfires in Australia. So we just want to publish happy and good news and make a difference. And to answer your question, we have a belief and we have a vision, and that we express in Happy Alley. And if people like to read it or don't like to read it, we just plow through with our beliefs.
That's fantastic. Now, you've been, for the better part of the last 40 years, a resident in Hong Kong. Now, are you the quintessential Dutchman on holiday, or are you now a Hong Kongese man of Dutch background?
I came in on the 1st of January 1980.
Wow.
With a Dutch trading company. I came to Hong Kong and I thought, well, maybe 2 or 3 years and I'll go back home, because you miss your friends, you miss your family, you miss the food. I'm still here. And now Hong Kong is home for us.
So what have you made of the tremendous disruption and shifts in the governance in Hong Kong? You would have been there in the days when there was a British colony. Then you saw the transformation into this modern metropolis doing some wonderful things. And of course, over the last few months, again, a different system being asked to be enacted and used. How do you feel as someone who's been there for a lifetime?
Well, George, one of the things we don't do with Happy Alley, we don't talk about politics.
Love your work. I love your work. That's fantastic.
You know, I must say, we are still very, I don't want to elaborate on that, but we're still very happy here.
Okay. I understand. So where does all this good news derive from? Do you have your team searching the internet, you know, all their contacts and contributors to find the stories that lift people, give them hope, and help them to aspire to a better world, to a quieter world, to a more competitive world, especially when COVID allows us to open up?
We have a team. Our total team is about 20 people, 20 team members, and we are based on 4 continents. And our writers and journalists, we seek for stories, but we try to be original with what we write about and what we do. There are other websites who are like a dumping ground of stories, and we don't do that.
Okay.
We have two chief editors who look at every individual story before they give the green light for publication.
I've always been a great believer that perspective is very important in the judgment of a news story. And I think that if you have someone with a positive mindset, you see a story that for some person might be controversial, but for you might be a bright light. Is that some of the thinking that goes on at happyalley.com?
Yes, we do want to make a difference. We don't want to write what everybody else writes about. And I must say, I'm not from the publishing business. I've always been in trading. So I look with it at different eyes, and I'm very happy with what we produce at the moment. And it's not only just stories, George. We also illustrated the little videos. I can give you some examples later on. So how we make a difference.
Fantastic stuff. And I notice also that I can't escape the fact that there's a very creative side to Arthur Koeman. There's the artist in you that just will not go away. And in fact, there's a beautiful, that's right, beautiful face and gorgeous lips. Now, is this an added string to your bow?
Yes, it's. I've been painting now for the last over 20 years, and I've had several exhibitions. I did quite a lot of commissions. My work is hanging all over the world and in restaurants and stuff like that. So, and it's a hobby. It's actually a hobby grown into, well, semi-professional, put it this way.
How fantastic! So you've taken a cathartic exercise, something that cleanses the soul, and you've decided that there's another pathway, and you've made some money out of it. That's great.
Yeah.
Now tell me something, how do you monetize happyalley.com? Is it through subscription? Is it through sponsors? How does it work?
Well, we do have quite a few investors in Happy Alley. We started being subscription based with only $1 a month. We thought it's cheap and that will be easy. Not easy, George. So we have a separate section called The Edit, and there we have companies who advertise. We used to have Joe Malone for a while. Now we have the Shangri-La Group who advertise. And the way we created The Edit is that it looks like now the Shangri-La Hotel Group, they own the section, because our writers write about topics related to the hotel group, or at that time related to Joe Malone. So it's not like just pure advertising. It's like they're involved with Happy Alley as such.
Fantastic. So the very simple thing, if you want to know more about happyalley.com, reach out to them, check the website, and you'll see how much of Arthur Koeman will they see on happyalley.com.
Well, you can see an interview. You can see me at the team.
They see you painting. They see you.
I'm more behind the scenes, George.
They see you painting.
No, the chief editors don't allow me.
Arthur, it's been an absolute delight reaching out to you and seeing that good news can work, and there are people in this world who believe in it to the extent that they're prepared to not only put their hard money up there, but build a team to generate good news. And it emanates out of Hong Kong. It's called happyalley.com. If you don't believe us, check it out. You will be pleasantly surprised. And the man behind the scenes, the man who generates the spirit and the spark, is Arthur Koeman. Yes, Arthur, you were going to say?
I like to add one more thing, George.
Sure, go ahead.
How we want to make a difference. I like to give a few examples how we are different.
Go.
For example, we have a friend of ours. He is an opera singer. He's a tenor, and he was on tour in America. And I asked him, "Can you use one of your songs from your repertoire and sing about Happy Alley?" So we did an interview on him, and we have a video clip that he sings, instead of "Oh Solo Mio," he sings Happy Alley. You know, with things like that, we make a difference. Another example is there's an Italian restaurant in Hong Kong, and there's the only Italian restaurant with 3 stars outside Italy. And I know the barman very well. And he created for us a Happy Alley cocktail. So we did 3 or 4 stories on Happy Alley, and then we have a video how he actually explains how you make the Happy Alley cocktail. And now in that restaurant, you can actually order the cocktail.
So it just proves that if you're passionate enough, the legend, you can build a whole new legend. I love it.
You can do whatever we believe in the concept, so we do what we want. We are working now with a stand-up comedian, and she is part of a group of stand-up comedians. So we're going to have on a regular basis little clips of stand-up comedians, and we have a little write-up about it. And that's how we make the difference, George. And that's how we have a smile on people's face.
I love it. Well, we're going to leave you with a smile on your face because we're going to show them a little bit of what goes on behind the happyalley.com when we showcase the interview on TheInformer. Once again, thank you very much. Continued success. And, you know, as I say in the storybooks, here's the question that'll separate the men from the boys. When the Netherlands plays Hong Kong in any contest, who are you barracking for?
Say it again?
When the Netherlands comes to play Hong Kong, who do you barrack for?
The Netherlands. Still in my blood.
Arthur Koeman, thank you so very much for joining us.
Thank you very much, George.
The one and only Arthur Koeman from happyalley.com.